then they are worth so many more marks. Okay, so this is a 3 squares. So the only thing that you know about square is 90 degrees. All the 90 degrees at the corners. So some students say, it is not possible to do. Okay, Jingkai, you can rejoin. Okay, so they only give you 90 degrees. Then what else? They only give you this 128 here. So by logic, okay, you are supposed to get X, right? So by logic, you should work part by part. So whatever they have given you, you can work on from there. So what I will do is I'll label this. I'm going to find this as A. Okay, after I get this as A, you will see that, okay, this is a right angle triangle. Because of 90 degrees, then you can find angle B. Okay. Then after that, once you find angle B, you can find angle C. Because why? This is a 90 degrees. Okay. Then you also know that because of the right angle here, this part here is also right angle. And after you find C, you can also find D. Then lastly, you can find X. So because this question, they didn't give you any labeling of the vertices, so you cannot label like, oh, angle ABC. So you can put your angles and then you just put it into your steps. So I'm going to find angle A.
Mrs. Toh.
The angles on a straight line add up to 180. Sum of angles on a straight line, equals to 180. Of course, the reasoning, you don't exactly have to write to get the marks, but I'm writing so that you understand how I actually get the answer. Okay, so this is why I know that A equals to 52 degrees. After that, I can find B. Again, I use 180 degrees minus 90 minus 52 because the sum of angles in a triangle is also 180 degrees. So now this will be 38 degrees. After you get this as 38 degrees, okay, I will go on to find C. Yulong and Carsten will tell you later. So angle C will be, just now we said angle C plus angle B will give you 90 degrees. It's because it's part of the right angle triangle. So what we're going to do now is to take 90 degree minus 38 degree. That will give me angle C, which is 52. So this is 52. Can I find angle D now? I can. So angle D is 180 degrees minus, zoom out, 90 degrees minus 52 degrees. That will give you 38 degrees. This will tell you the answer for angle D. Now, so angle D is 38. Let me write it down in the diagram, 38. Can I find angle X now? So angle D is because we are using the property angles, sum of angles in a triangle is 180. Okay, that is the property that you're using. Now, back to X and D. Let me just zoom in here. So you can see that this part here, is D and X. Add up to a straight line. So can I find X now? I can. So angle X will be 180 minus 38 degrees. Sum of angles on a straight line. That's the reason. And then I will get 142 degrees. So you need to see what's given to you. So first thing is, you are only given 128 degrees. Right angle, right angle, right angle. You can only use the right angle property, which is, in a right angle triangle, you know that one is 90, and you can work out using the sum of all the angles in the triangle to work part by part to get to X. Okay, some students will ask, now, it can be shortened, the steps, if you know, the property of the exterior angle of a triangle. So we have taught this, but not, sometimes it's a bit harder for students to see, but this A and B is equals to D. So the interior angles, okay, the two opposite interior angles in a triangle will add up to give you D. So this property will help you to save some steps, okay, in your actual equation if you can see this. So you look at this, okay. So here, because in a triangle A, B, C gives you 180, then C plus D is a straight line, it will also give you 180. So we can conclude that A plus B is equals to angle D. So which at this part, okay, of the question here, if you see the straight line here, and you see a triangle, okay, some student will take 52 plus 90, okay, which is 52 degrees plus 90 degree equals to 142 degree. They can also get the answer 142. They don't have to subtract to find 38 and then take 180 minus 38 to get 142. So by knowing this property, the exterior angle of a triangle will help some of you to shorten some steps. But however, okay, even if you do by the longer way, which is to keep using the angle sum of triangles, okay, it's actually fine. Because in the end, you just want to make sure that you get to the answer. Okay, for Michaela, okay, you mentioned that this part here, you take 270 minus 128. So 270 comes from here. Okay, I explain this part, okay? So 270 is, okay, 3 right angles. So where did the 3 right angles come from? So you have to see that this is your right angle. Okay, and then the rest of it is 270. So if you take 270 minus 128, you are getting this angle. So you have to show me how I'm gonna have to see your steps to see how you actually arrive at 142, which is here. Okay, so I have to see your actual steps. So when you send to me, I will be able to see. If that's your only step, then cannot lah. How can you jump from here, this 128 to become here? You have to show by step by step to show that how you get X. Yeah, I know you get 142. So the problem is if I cannot see the process of you getting to this, then the only way, then you will be marked as fluke. So that means you don't get any marks. So you have to go and think how that 270 minus 128, right? How does it link to this part? Okay, so that is my question to you and also to everyone else. So markers mark for method marks and it has to be logical. I know sometimes we just so happen that we are able to get that answer, but if the steps are not logical or like it doesn't make sense, how come you get the answer by doing some operations, then sometimes you don't get the marks because mathematically it's not logical to get to that equation. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, Michaela, you can have a look at the question again, and then if you want,